Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home Pilates for a strong, sculpted, and healthy back. In today's workout, we're not going to be using any equipment. We're going to work through a series of exercises that are going to sculpt your back muscles and help to support good posture. So whether you're looking to sculpt your back or you want to eliminate back pain, this is the workout for you. So let's go ahead and jump right into our warm-up. We're going to start down on the mats in a kneeling position. You can stand if kneeling is challenging for you. I'm going to take my hands behind my head, interlaced. Elbows are nice and wide, sitting up tall. I want you to stack your vertebrae one on top of the other. Nice long spine. From here, we're going to curve, bringing the chin down to the chest, bringing the elbows together. Inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to extend the spine and open the chest and the elbows. So we're inhaling to curl in and exhale to open wide, lifting the chin. Inhale, curl in. Exhale, open and stretch through the spine, open through the chest. Inhale. And exhale to open. Inhale, curl in. Exhale, unfold. Good. We've got 3. Extend the spine. 2. And last one. Amazing work. Bring your spine back to neutral. We're going to lift the arms up, palms facing forward, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back up. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Now I want you to visualize your spine growing taller with every twist. So we're rotating and we're lengthening. Nicely done. Inhale and exhale. Get as much of a rotation as you can, keeping those hips facing forward. We're stretching through the neck here as well. For 3 and 2, twist a little further. And last one. And back to center. Lower your hands down to the mat. From here, we're going to position the wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right, bringing the right shoulder toward the right hip, looking out over right shoulder. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twisting to the other side. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, alternating sides. So stretching through the neck and the side body. As we warm up our spine, we want to move it in multiple directions to make sure it is supple and ready for exercise. Nice work. And back to center. One more each side. And twist. And back to center. Nice work. Take your knees nice and wide. Sink back into a child's pose. Reach and stretch, and I want you to find a lot of length through your spine. Breathe deeply into the back of the rib cage. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Lengthening the spine as you breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to come forward into a plank position. So bring your knees back to parallel. Wrists below your shoulders. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Hold, lifting your abdominal wall. And then slowly with control, you can drop your knees down to the mat if you need to. Lower down to the floor. Nice work. From here, I'd like you to take your hands on either side of your shoulders. Legs are about hip distance apart, gaze is down on the mat, and the chest is just hovering up off the floor. I want you to find a lot of length in your spine. So imagine a string pulling out from the crown of your head, lengthening your spine, lengthening your body along the mat. From here, when we found that length, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to come back and just gently pump the arms back, drawing the shoulder blades together, bringing the elbows in. Lower, tap the hands down. And exhale, lift, little contraction of those upper back muscles and lower. Lift and lower, maintaining that length through the spine, not overarching as we come up, just gently contracting those shoulder blades and then lowering back down. and lower. Good work. And lower. Keep the gaze down on the mat throughout the entire range of movement so that your neck stays in line with your spine. Nice work. Gently warming up those upper back muscles as we pump those shoulder blades back and those elbows coming in. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Let's take the arms out. Palms facing down toward the floor. Palms are touching the floor. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to hover and pull the elbows back. Inhale, lower, tap the hands down. Exhale, hover the chest and pull the elbows back. So really drawing those upper back muscles together as we bring the elbows back, lengthening and then contracting the upper back muscles. Again, keeping the spine long here. Try not to lift up so high that you're compressing in the lower back. Focus on the upper back here doing the work. Inhale to lower, exhale to pull back for 2. And last 1. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to bring both arms out. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're just going to send the right arm back and back to center, and then the left arm sweeps back, looking out over left shoulder with the eye, and then back to center, alternating sides, really mobilizing the shoulders here. Good, lifting the chest up off the mat as we move from side to side. Keep the neck nice and long. Gaze comes back down to the mat between each repetition. Imagine gliding through the water, nice strong long arms. For 2. And last one each side. And pull it back. Nice work. Now we're going to bring both arms together. If this feels like too much when you're doing it, you can go back to alternating between arms, but you can try it with both arms to see if it's right for you. So we're going to hover and then pull both arms back, contracting the upper back muscles, and lower down. Inhale and exhale. Pull back and lower down. Nice work. Nice and long through the spine. Little hold with the arms back before returning them to the front of the body. Good. Nice work. I know these are tough. We've got 4. Nice long arms. 3. Reach back with those fingers. For 2. And final 1. We're going to come back and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands by your sides and lift up into an all-fours position. Amazing work. Now we're going to get into some shin lifts to strengthen the core and the back and those shoulders, and you're going to work into your arms here too. So from here, we're going to start off just by getting into our shoulder placement. So we're going to focus on protracting and retracting the shoulders. So I'm going to gently push the mat away, separating the shoulder blades, protracting the shoulder blades, and then I'm going to gently, keeping the arms straight, knit the shoulder blades together, so sort of sink between them. So I want you to protract, push the mat away, and then retract, letting those shoulder blades come close together. Protract and retract, moving between the 2 positions. Inhale and exhale to protract. Inhale, retract those shoulder blades, let them come close together, and exhale, separate, growing nice and broad across the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Good. We've got 3, 2, and 1, and then let those shoulders go back to neutral. Now, when we're in our shin lift position, which is going to follow, we want to make sure that our shoulders are not completely protracted, but they're a little bit protracted. So we're nice and broad across the shoulders. We're never collapsing in the shoulders when we're in this position. So I'd like you to curl your toes here. Make sure those knees are below the hips. We're gonna inhale here. And as we exhale, we're gonna hover the knees above the mat so the shins are parallel with the floor. Gently protracting those shoulder blades, lifting through the abdominal wall for 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Now we're gonna repeat that. We're gonna go into some taps with the knees. So I'd like you to lift up into your shin lift position. Shins are parallel with the floor. And then we're gonna tap and lift. Inhale and exhale. Never lifting higher than the shins being parallel with the floor. So don't lift that bum up too high. You're creating a tabletop surface with the back as we lift and lower those knees. Every time you lift the knees, I want you to contract the abdominal wall up toward the ceiling. Keep protracting those shoulder blades for 3, and 2, and 1. Amazing work. Now we're gonna come up for a hold. We're gonna hold for 10 seconds. Okay, so nice protraction of the shoulder blades. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, lift those knees, hovering. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, lift the abdominal wall, breathing deeply. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Widen the knees and stretch back into child's pose, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nicely done. Now we're going to get into position for some bridge work and some spine stretching. So I'd like you to lower down to the mat, 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to start off with our hands by our sides. Heels are below the knees and legs are hip distance apart. The spine should be in neutral right now, meaning there's a little bit of space between the low back and the mat. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis back so that the low back is pressing into the mat. And then we're going to peel the tailbone up off the mat, peel the low back off the mat, peel the middle of the back up off the mat, and come into a bridge position. So we're up on those shoulders. Inhale here. And exhale, I want you to lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Now this time from the top of your spine, moving down 1 bone at a time to the middle of your spine, low back and tailbone touches down last. Let's take a couple more of those. Tilt the pelvis back, peel the spine up off the mat, 1 bone at a time, inhale. And then exhale, lower down in the opposite direction with the spine. Good, inhale and exhale to lift. Inhale at the top. And exhale to lower, articulating the spine as you go. Moving up and down at your own pace. For 3, and 2, and last one, we're gonna come up. Hold in our bridge. We're gonna reach back with the arms, reach and stretch. I want you to reach those fingers away, and then as you lower down 1 vertebra at a time, I want you to feel the stretch through your spine. Good, lower the arms down and lift. Stretch the arms back, reach fingertips away from you, and slowly lower down, stretching your spine as you go. Lower the arms and lift. Reach back behind you. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching as you lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Good. Keep it up. Moving at your own pace. Stretching and lengthening your whole way down. Good. I want you to kind of envision your vertebra stretching apart as you reach away with your fingers and lower your spine down to the mat. Nice work. Good. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lengthen, stretch and lower. Last one. Lift and lengthen, really stretch. I want you to hold here for a moment. Stretch as far away from yourself with those fingers, and then slowly roll down. Top of the back, middle of the back, lower back. Amazing. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take your hands behind your thighs and roll yourself up to a seated position. You can stand You can stand or you can be cross-legged or kneeling. I'm going to sit with my legs crossed, hips are even. So from here, I'm going to bring my arms into a cactus position, bringing the elbows together. Upper arms are at shoulder height, sitting up really nice and tall, and then we're going to open those elbows. Chin is parallel with the floor. Inhale, we bring the elbows together, keeping them at shoulder height. And exhale, I want you to pull your elbows back without arching your spine. So you're keeping your spine nice and tall here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to close. Exhale to open, pulling the elbows back without arching the spine. Good. Good. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Head rests on top of the shoulders. Crown of the head is elevated up toward the ceiling. As we draw those elbows together, we're contracting our chest muscles, and then we're opening the chest and contracting the back muscles as we pull those elbows back. Nice work. Let's go 5. Really challenge yourself by pulling those elbows back and squeezing them together for 4, 3, 2. Amazing work. Keep those elbows elevated to shoulder height, and 1. Now we're going to hold the arms out at the sides, and we're going to start drawing circles backwards with the elbows. So drawing circles in the air with those elbows, keeping the fingers long, keeping the neck relaxed, keeping those shoulders down away from the ears as we circle back. Feeling the burn in that upper back, feeling the burn in those shoulders. Good work. Don't let the elbows drop lower than shoulder height. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down for a moment. Relax those shoulders. Then we're going to come up and we're just going to pump the arms up. Elbows are out to the side. Fingers are long. Reaching those fingers up toward the ceiling, little pulses. Good, you should really be feeling it now. Even without any weight, you can still feel the burn. Good work. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to move into position for the saw. So I'm going to spread my legs out long. If you're slumping in your low back from this position, I'd like you to bend your knees so that you can find that length in your spine so you can sit up nice and tall. Crown of the head elevates toward the ceiling. From here, we're going to flex our feet and take our arms out to the side at shoulder height. From here, sitting up nice and tall, inhale to prepare. And exhale, we're going to twist and lengthen the right fingertips toward the left toes. Come back to center, and then twist and lengthen opposite side. So I haven't got much space behind me. I'm going to come forward a little bit. Twist and lengthen. Come back to center. Twist and lengthen to the opposite side. Now your challenge here is to not let the hip on the opposite side lift as you twist from side to side. So it might be that you can't quite reach those toes, that's perfectly fine, but you're reaching toward them, recentering nice and tall in the middle, and using your core strength to restack the vertebra between each repetition. Breathing the air out of the lungs to twist. We've got 4 and 3. Last 2. And final 1. Amazing work. Lower the arms down. And now we're going to move into an all fours position. So you have a couple of options here. We're going to set ourselves up with our wrists below our shoulders, our knees below our hips. I'm going to start off lifting and lengthening my right arm. I'm going to lift it in isolation like this. If you want to step up the level of challenge, if you have the core strength and stability to do so, you can also add a leg lift in at the same time. So either your knee is bent below your hip or you've got that left leg elevated. We're going to start off by lifting and lowering that right arm. So I want you to keep your shoulders completely balanced and level here. Try not to lead up with your right side. If you want to add that left leg movement in and you're feeling stable here, you can do so. If it gets too much and you're losing stability, just bring that knee back under the hip. Lifting and lengthening. Lifting that shoulder, keeping it in line, level with the other shoulder. Lengthen through those fingers, nice stable trunk for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Lift. Now we're going to go for 2, 1, 2, and then sweep back and forward. 1, 2, sweep back and forward. Lower lift, sweep it back, bring it forward. Lower lift, sweep it back, bring it forward. So you're keeping that right arm level with the torso throughout this entire range of movement. 1, 2, bring it back and forward. Last set. 1, 2, bring it back and forward, lower down. Amazing work. Now we're going to switch sides. So I've got that left arm extended, right leg extended as well if you want the extra challenge. We're going to go into our lifts here. Left shoulder is level with right shoulder as we lift and lengthen, palms facing down toward the ceiling, toward the floor, and gaze is down toward the floor as well. Good. Move a little bit more slowly if you need to. Building strength and stability across the scapula. Nice work. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into our 2 lifts. 1, 2, and sweep the arm back. Nice. I haven't got much space on this side, so I'm going to come over. 1, 2, sweep it back and forward. 1, 2, sweep it back and forward. 1, 2, sweep it back and forward. Nicely done. One, 2, nice core stability here too as well. Lift, lift, keep that balance. 1, 2, bring it back and forward. I wouldn't recommend doing this next to the wall like I am because I don't have a ton of space. I should have turned around, but that's okay. Moving with control. Last set. 1, 2, sweep it back and forward and lower down. Take your hands down on the mat. Take the knees nice and wide and stretch back into your child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Now we're going to come down onto the mat and we're going to do a little bit of ab work and spine stretching. Ab work is really important to maintaining a healthy back. Your abdominal wall will support your spine, so it's always a good idea to have a strong core. We're going to lift our arms overhead, palms are facing in. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're just going to lift up into a crunch, resting head on the shoulders. Lower and lift. Lower, and as you lift, press your low back into the mat. So be really conscious about what's happening with your spine as you go into these crunches. As you lower, your spine comes into neutral. You've got that little bit of space between your lower back and the mat. And as you lift, Your lower back should be pressing down onto the floor in conjunction with your abdominal wall, contracting down towards your spine as you curl and crunch up. Good, resting your head on top of your shoulders, peeling those shoulder blades up off the mat. Really flattening out the abdominal wall with every crunch for 2. And last 1. And stretch the legs out and lower down. Now we're going to turn the palms so they're facing up toward the ceiling, and we're going to go into a rollover here. So we're going to inhale to peel up and exhale, reach and stretch. And then we're going to lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Now, if that's too much for you to come all the way up from the mat, I'd like you to start your roll from here, pulling belly to spine, lift, lengthen, and then roll down to this far instead of all the way down to the mat. Otherwise, you're coming all the way down to the mat. You're lifting, stretching and lengthening over the lower body, and then contracting those lower abs in toward the spine as you lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Lift, stretch and lengthen, contract those lower abs, and melt back down to the mat. Lift, use your upper abs to come up, stretch and reach over the lower body, and contract those lower abs to control your roll down. Lift, lengthen, stretch, and roll down. 2 more. Lift, lengthen, stretch. So it's a great one. We're stretching the back body and we're working the abs. Last one. Whew. And roll and stretch. Take a hold of your feet, your calves, your ankles, whatever you can reach for a really nice deep back body stretch. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Relax your head here. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine, creating more space for you to stretch a little bit more deeply, for you to fold a little bit closer toward those legs with that chest. For 3, and 2, and 1. Amazing work. Now we're going to finish off with one final challenge in plank. We're going to go into a plank hold, and we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. So you have the option of coming down onto your forearms here with your elbows below your shoulders, or into a high plank. That's what I'm going to do with my wrists below my shoulders. So whatever you're confident with, I'm going to step the right leg back, step the left leg back, and we're going to really make sure our shoulders are slightly protracted, our core is engaged, those shoulders are right above the wrists, and we're creating a flat line with the body. Let's go. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, lifting the abdominal wall. Inhale and exhale. Keep that nice flat line with the body. 20 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep breathing. Last 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees down to the mat. Take them nice and wide, and this time we're going to keep the hips elevated as we stretch and lengthen through the spine, coming into puppy pose. So really stretch, lengthening out through that tailbone, drawing your armpits down toward the floor, relaxing the forehead down on the mat. Amazing work. Keep stretching and lengthening, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3, and 2, and 1. Nice. Now we're going to take the hands under the shoulders, bring the knees back to parallel, flex the feet, and pike up, coming into your downward dog. If you need to bend the knees in order to flatten out the upper back, please do so. We want a nice flat upper back. Tailbone is elevated. Head hangs heavy between your shoulders. Breathing deeply here as we stretch and lengthen. You can pedal out the heels if that feels good, stretching the backs of the legs. Moving in this position can feel really nice. For 3 and 2 and 1. Level out the heels, drop the knees gently down toward the mat. And we're gonna move into some arm circles here. We're gonna lift the arms and circle them down and back. Lift, opening through the chest and circling them down and back. For 3 and 2, cooling it right down. And last 1, and you can turn and face me. We're gonna move into some shoulder rolls here. So we're gonna lift our shoulders up and roll them down and back. Let's take 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one, lift the shoulders and melt them down and back. Thank you so much for joining me for today's workout. I hope you enjoyed that routine, and I look forward to moving again with you next time. Bye.